Hello, my name is Casey Loomis, and in this video, I want to outline how a meal assistant feature in an app might work. What if software could help you select what dish to put in your meals? Imagine reducing the hassle of preparing a multi-course meal by having software determine other dishes to serve based on small pieces of information you provide. The software would be able to determine this because it has information about the food's cuisine type, preparation difficulty, and so on. For our example, this information is stored in the table meal description as shown on the screen. When the script accommodates for the eaten foods, in this case chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese, and SpaghettiOs, they simply don't appear in the list. The mom decides to make it easy on herself by choosing a preparation difficulty of easy. The total number of possible preparation difficulty types to choose from is stored in challenge type. The table will need to be created, but is relatively simple and won't need to be updated often. This removes two more options from the meal description table, both being lemon meringue pie. The mom can also filter results by cuisine category. In this example, she chooses North American as the cuisine category because that's where she lives, so those foods are readily available. This category associates ethnic foods with their relative course types. For example, French and Spanish cuisine doesn't have appetizers. The course list table, where the information is kept, will need to be created, but is relatively simple and won't need to be updated often. The course list table gets its information from the table's course type and cuisine type. The total number of possible course types to choose from is stored in course type. The table will also need to be created, but is relatively simple and won't need to be updated often. The total number of possible cuisine types to choose from is stored in cuisine type. This table also will need to be created, but is relatively simple like the other and won't need to be updated often. The final category that the mom can use to select her meal dishes is flavor scheme. This table holds all the possible flavor scheme types to choose from. This table will need to be created but is relatively simple and won't need to be updated often. This table would be particularly useful for people who want to avoid certain kinds of foods like spicy or salty. This brings us back to the meal description table. This table will bring together all of the other tables' information in order to give us our final results. This table will be the hardest to create because all of the foods will need to be represented in the table, and most likely they will need to be represented multiple times. This is because foods can be classified differently in different cultures, and the same food can be in different course types depending on serving size. Getting back to the example, the mom has chosen North American and easy. In addition, foods eaten previously have been excluded. Let's now say she wants help picking her main course, so she chooses entree from the course name. She could filter down by flavor schema if she wanted to narrow her results further. Notice that baked beans is listed twice, and that's because it's considered both savory and sweet. Also notice that white rice is in the list. Let's say for our example that she picks pork chops for her main dish, and now she wants to pick a side. So she chooses side dish from course name, and she picks savory for flavor scheme. Notice that white rice is in the list again, but it is a minimum weight of 0, because we could have small quantities of this even though we know that it won't be 0. So she picks rice as the side because she'll make gravy from the pan drippings of the pork chops. Finally, she gets to her kid's favorite meal and chooses dessert from course name. Selecting a dessert would follow a similar process for selecting a side dish. This concludes my video outlining how a meal assistant feature in an app would work. If there was anything in the video you liked or found useful, please add a like. Comments about any of the content would be appreciated. Thank you for watching.